So good morning, everyone. Thank you for attending this webinar. Please note that I have muted you all for the duration, but if you have any questions, feel free to type them in the chat box at any time. I'll either be responding to those at the end of the webinar or I'll reach out to you directly through email. Other than that, we're happy you could join us, and over the next half an hour I'll be providing an overview of the Contractor Co-op program, how it's going to be working for 2017, and what's changed. So if you're a returning contractor from the 2014 or the 2015 to 2016 programs, this will be a good review for you too. So first things first, I'll introduce our team. My name is Kate Rathbun, and I've been working with the Energy Network for just a little less than a year now. I mainly focus on co-op, but I also help with marketing for the home upgrade program in general. And Milan is my partner for co-op. She's been working with the Energy Network for about 2 years now, and she couldn't join me on this webinar today. But if you work with if you send in anything for co-op, you'll likely be working with one of us. Both of us wear various hats in the office, so you might interact with us on other occasions, but if it's for co-op, you'll be hearing from one of us. So a little bit about the Energy Network to start. You might be wondering what it is and what we do specifically. We're a local government organization that was created by the CPUC, and we help administer the home upgrade program here in Southern California. If you look at this map of California, that purple area is our service area. Our goal is to provide resources and assistance for energy efficiency upgrades for homeowners, businesses, and public agencies. Co-op's one of the many ways we do this, and we do it to support our contractors with their home upgrade related business costs. So for those of you who are brand new to co-op, the aim of this program is to support our participating contractors with your work by providing a 50% reimbursement on qualifying purchases up to $10,000 for 2017. A contractor is eligible if you're actively submitting home upgrade applications and are within that purple service territory shown on the previous slide. I think there's definitely more than 3 benefits to being a part of co-op, but the main 3 that we see is that you're really able to stretch your budget for marketing and equipment. You can make certifications and trainings more affordable for the people on your team, and you can cut costs on resources and supplies that enhance your home upgrade services. Enrolling is very easy. To get started in co-op, first you'll want to review our program guidelines. To view these, you can either visit our website or reach out to us directly and we'll send them to you. And after this, you can sign the participation agreement and send it to us at the co-op email. Either me or Milan will then check your eligibility status and confirm if you're able to be enrolled. After this, you're ready to start submitting projects. Now, for those of you who are returning co-op participants from the previous year, a few changes have taken effect for 2017. The first thing to know is that if you were actively submitting projects in the last program cycle, you've automatically been enrolled to participate in the 2017 cycle. However, if you were participating in 2014, which was a much older, different version of co-op, then you'll probably need to send us a new participation agreement to renew your enrollment. The matching fund cap is also no longer $20,000 like it was last year. For 2017, we're starting everyone fresh at a $10,000 cap, and leftover funds from previous years have not been carried over. So how do you properly submit projects and tap into these funds? We require all projects to be submitted to our email, coop@theenergynetwork.com. We'll be showing that email at the end of this presentation, so you can write it down. Pre-approval must also be done before the item's final purchase, otherwise we might not be able to accept the project. After your project's been completely pre-approved by either me or Milan, you can make the purchase and send us the final invoice. Once we receive that, your check will arrive in 4 to 6 weeks. So this slide includes some important information for new and returning co-op users alike. Please note that for pre-approval, an upfront quote from the vendor must be provided for the project. We will not accept projects that have already been paid for pre-approval. The reason we require an upfront quote is so that we can reserve your funds ahead of time within our budget. Without this, we cannot approve and guarantee your reimbursement. Additionally, we're now allowing projects to be reserved for recurring projects. For example, if you have an ad for Angie's List that you'll be paying for monthly, you can send us the upfront quote and ad design that you're using, or the link to your page. We'll review both of them, and upon approval, reserve funds for each month's payment in advance. This way, you don't need to get pre-approval each month, but instead can just send us the invoice. We'll then process it and get out your reimbursement. Our last two notes here are also things to keep in mind. Because we are starting fresh in 2017, we will not be accepting any invoices or quotes dated prior to 2017. So with that, any final invoices must be sent in within 60 days of getting project approval, or otherwise we will release your funds. So there's a wide variety of items that can be reimbursed through co-op, but they must be home upgrade specific and categorized as a marketing, equipment, training, or certification. I'll elaborate on these in the slides ahead. So marketing is a great way to get your name out there, get the home upgrade brand out there, and do some promotion. The items listed on this slide are just a few of the options that you have when doing a marketing project, but essentially you can send in any design from any type of marketing material that you have, and we'll review it to see if it qualifies. So a few things with marketing projects. We usually find that there's sometimes confusion about the brand guidelines that we provide that come along with developing marketing projects, but it's really simple. First, the home upgrade participating contractor logo that we provide on our website must appear somewhere on your design. The logo can be resized to scale, but it can't be altered in any way. If you look in the bottom right-hand corner here, that is the proper logo that we're looking for you to use. Second, there must be appropriate home upgrade messaging on the design. Now, you don't have to use the messaging, but if you choose to include it, it needs to include the proper home upgrade amount, and that amount cannot be combined with any rebates outside of the home upgrade program. So for example, you can say $3,000 in rebates and incentives for home upgrade, or if you're an advanced home upgrade contractor, you can say up to $6,500 in rebates and incentives for advanced home upgrade. And again, we just require that both the design proof and quote is sent in for pre-approval. So here are a few good examples of what we're looking for when we look at your marketing project. These are some good examples of what not to do. If you're looking at the top left logo there, you might be thinking, well, what's wrong with that? It's actually missing that participating contractor headline that we require for contractors to use. This is the appropriate home upgrade logo. However, it's not permitted for contractor use unless it has that tagline. The rest of them are pretty self-explanatory. You can see how the home upgrade logo has been changed in some way, shape, or form. And then if you look at the bottom right logo here, the Energy Upgrade California logo, this is one of the issues that we see the most with marketing projects is the use of this old EUC logo. This logo is actually completely outdated. It's no longer used for the program, and it's actually not permitted for contractor use. So if we see this used on any of your marketing materials, all we'll do is we'll kick back the design and say, could you replace it with the home upgrade participating contractor logo, and then we'll push it through. So equipment purchases and calibrations are eligible for reimbursement if the equipment directly benefits your home upgrade work. For example, blower door, duct blaster, energy modeling software, and most BPI equipment would be reimbursable. The equipment can be bought from any vendor of your choice, and all we need for pre-approval is a quote from the vendor and the items that you wish to buy. Because there's usually some variability in the vendors and the equipment, we check and approve these on a case-by-case basis. So lastly, trainings and certifications are another great way to get reimbursed for contractor co-op. These must also be relevant to enhancing your services as a home upgrade contractor. To pre-approve these, the provider must be accredited, and we request that either a quote from the vendor or an email with the title, cost, and website link is provided so that we can review and make sure that that's qualified. We also approve these on a case-by-case basis because there's sometimes great variability in the provider, the offerings, and the cost. So in saying that, we do have a couple changes as far as eligible projects for 2017. One of the things that we are highly encouraging this year is online advertising, including that from sites such as Houzz, Angie's List, Home Advisor, or Yelp. So if you have a monthly cost for that, or if you choose to do any advertising, reach out to us and we'll see if we can reimburse that. An additional thing that we're encouraging is energy audit software licensing fees, including those coming from SnugPro. Two costs that are no longer eligible under this program to keep in mind is personal company website costs. We used to reimburse for putting the logo on a company website, and we no longer cover that. And the other is canvassing costs. Canvassing costs are no longer eligible under 2017. All right, so now I'll just cover a couple frequently asked questions. And if you have any questions that you thought of previously during the webinar, feel free to send it in the chat box and I will address it at the very end here. So first thing, do I need to spend down all of my co-op matching funds at once? You absolutely don't have to. You can actually submit multiple different projects separately until you reach that maximum reimbursement of $10,000 for the year. Next is, what is my remaining matching fund balance? If you're ever wondering what we've processed, what we haven't processed, or what your balance is as far as matching funds, just feel free to email us at the email shown here, coop@theenergynetwork.com, and we'll give you an update. So the next question that we get really often is, where can I download the approved home upgrade participating contractor logos? So a huge suite of these are available on our website, www.10res.com/coop. And it includes the two logos shown here. There's also some with a black background, some that are just a knockout white logo. So you get to choose from a variety of these based on what works best for your marketing project. Just please be sure to review and follow the brand guidelines when you're using the home upgrade logo, and it'll make it easier on both of us. So the last frequently asked question is, I have an older project that I've already paid for. Can I get this project reimbursed? So if it was not previously pre-approved, it can't be reimbursed. We only pre-approve projects prior to their purchase. This allows us to check for any branding conflicts. It allows us to check and make sure that you know, in case you're banking on the reimbursement money in order to afford that purchase, you're definitely going to be reimbursed for it. And if your project was previously pre-approved within the past 60 days and is on record, then yes, we can reimburse you. So the last note here is that if you have a recurring project with a static design and price, like your recurring ad online, then go ahead and reach out to us and we'll work on getting that reserved for you. So that is it. I will stay on the line for another minute here to see if any questions come in. But if you have any questions and want to reach out to us directly, we're always happy to help. You can visit our website at 10res.com/coop. for resources, the program guidelines, and the application to enroll. You could email us directly at coop@theenergynetwork.com for anything you might need, or you can just call us directly at 877-785-2237. Thanks everyone for joining. I'll stay on for another minute.